Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price. Just as we predicted, we bounced from this channel and formed a new all-time high at $44,800 US. Of course, Elon Musk adding fuel to the fire this morning, announcing that Tesla has invested over $1 billion into Bitcoin in January. And of course, we already saw an initial Elon Musk pump and dump. But I want to talk about why this might be a very different formation and how Bitcoin may still be in a consolidation and only forming a higher high and may come down to test the weekly open, possibly even the support of this channel once again, or it could continue into price discovery. There's a lot of scenarios to look at, but we'll also look at Ethereum because Ethereum did form a new all-time high, but it's not seeing the type of rally that Bitcoin is seeing. I want to talk about whether or not it is going to rally because that all has to do with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And I have something very interesting at the end of this video to show you about a comparison of the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart and the Doge to BTC chart. A lot of people say Doge is a meme coin, and yes, it is, but it has a lot of price history and a lot to learn from. We'll also take a look at Bitcoin dominance, others dominance, and then traditional markets are opened. Ethereum futures are now opened. So we'll also take a look at commodities like gold, oil, and then of course the S&P 500 cranking to new all-time highs today. And then we'll also look at international markets, Japan forming new yearly highs. We have a lot to look at today. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Obeidi. If you appreciate this content, remember to like this video. Let's just dive straight into this Bitcoin analysis. And I always like to take an umpire's point of view, a neutral perspective on things. I don't want to always just be a bull or a bear. So I want to talk about exactly what I'm expecting for Bitcoin right now. Now, initially when I saw this breakout, what I realized was we went right through the previous all-time high on this Binance to US dollar chart. We're looking at around 41,950. We smashed through it, and we've yet to retest that on a 4-hour chart. On a 1-hour chart, we did have a slight test of that level, but realize that at this point, in order for us to assume this isn't another pump and dump like what happened last time when Elon tweeted about Bitcoin and put it in his bio, is we have to see whether or not the support level holds. The previous all-time high at 41,950. If that holds, there is a potential that Bitcoin goes back into price discovery, and that will happen as we come back, form maybe a bullish flag here and break out beyond 44,800. That is a possibility, but that all has to do with this major support, which is the previous all-time high. And if that breaches, I'm not going to be too worried, but realize we would be forming a bear flag because a higher high and then a breach of the previous high. Our next support is going to be the daily and weekly open sitting right at that $38,850 level. If this breaches, we've already tested the channel resistance here. I wouldn't be too happy to see this breach on hourly candle closes, full bodies and wicks below the weekly open. That to me could be a consolidation alert, which means that altcoins have a lot of room to go. And I'm going to talk about why that thesis is highly probable versus a thesis of Bitcoin continuing to the upside. Now, we're looking at Kraken and Gemini saying that they're closing down signups for their exchanges because so many people are coming to sign up after Elon Musk's tweet and announcement that Tesla has invested $1 billion. But realize that doesn't always mean things are going to pump. There's a lot of people also taking profits. But when we look at volume, things look very good. We're seeing some good buy volume right now. Not too much sellers in the market. So there's a chance we go into price discovery. So far we've talked about two scenarios. We come here, form a bullish flag, we maintain 41,950, and we skyrocket to the moon. Because when price stops like this and has a cup of coffee, it has a destination in mind. And so far, the destination is undetermined. Because we look at the 1-hour chart, you can see this wick right here. It not only tested the support, but on that same hourly wick, it tested the resistance. It formed the new all-time high. And so that, to me, shows indecision. So understand that at this point, for that bullish price discovery for Bitcoin, we need to breach 41,950. If that doesn't happen, then I think Ethereum is going to be a big play. I think altcoins are going to be a big play. And I'll talk about exactly why. So if we come up, the more neutral scenarios, we form the higher high, we come up, we fail to hold 41,950, then we fail to hold the daily and weekly open, and then that channel that we have here comes back into the equation. But remember, we have a lot of support here at 36,500, 34,708, and 33,000. So I don't want to go too much into the downside. I think that gives you enough to run with until tomorrow. Of course, if you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And of course, our video tomorrow will update you guys if we need to talk about more downside targets. But that's all I want to talk about right now with Bitcoin. It's an amazing day. Elon Musk announcing Tesla has invested over $1 billion. I'm sure a lot of companies are going to follow suit, especially after Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, this weekend had a large conference with many companies and CEOs talking about why they should diversify their balance sheets into Bitcoin. So a lot happening right now, and I think Elon Musk said that he's got over 7% of their gross cash balance on their balance sheet inside of Bitcoin right now. I think that's what I saw. Don't quote me on that, but insane and awesome news, very different than the news that saw Bitcoin initially pump. So let's talk about Ethereum. Is Ethereum going to go up? Yes, we did form a new high. Ethereum futures did launch, but we didn't rally. And I'm going to talk about exactly why. When a crazy thing happens, like what we saw today with Tesla investing over $1 billion happens, a lot of new people come to this market. The first thing they're going to buy is Bitcoin. So realize that what happened was when we look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, we saw a massive dump in Ethereum to Bitcoin. But guess what? Looking at this chart, I actually took a long here below this monthly open because look how bullish volume came in under the monthly open for Ethereum to Bitcoin. This is going to determine whether or not Ethereum is going to rally, because guess what? Bitcoin can come down, and if this chart starts to moon rocket, then Ethereum will go up. And remember, this is the most bullish chart I've ever seen in the history of cryptocurrencies, and it's even more bullish. I'll talk about exactly why at the end of this video, and we'll compare it to Dogecoin's BTC chart. But this is the chart that matters. People are always looking at the US dollar to Ethereum chart. It doesn't matter, because what Bitcoin does to the US dollar pairing is what matters and is what is going to mainly affect Ethereum, with Bitcoin being over 60% dominant in this market and Ethereum only having less than 10% dominance in this market right now. And so that's what I want to talk about when it comes to Ethereum. So with Bitcoin consolidating, that would be very positive for altcoins, and I think that's a very highly probable scenario. I think that at this point, we have to stay above this monthly open to confirm that scenario. If Bitcoin continues to the upside, this surely has the chance to come down, but I don't think that's going to be the case with so much bullish aspects of this chart. If we pull up the 3 moving averages, what you'll notice is we recently had a gold cross here, and that's not even talking about the symmetrical triangle breakout that already tested and confirmed the breakout, and then something that I'm going to hide until the end of this video. I actually talked about it in yesterday's video, but it was literally like the last 10 seconds that I found it. I was like, wow, that's insane. And I'll talk about exactly what that is. So with Ethereum to Bitcoin right now, monthly open, we have to maintain that to see upside. So I don't care what Bitcoin does. As long as we stay above this with Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, I'm very positive on the outlook for Ethereum. And the higher Bitcoin goes, the better for Ethereum, because as this starts to break out, we will see the price of Ethereum come and try to catch up to Bitcoin. And so I'm not too worried about the Ethereum US dollar chart. Just as we predicted in our video, we came up, we tested this, we had a fib retracement. It was a 50% retracement, not a 38% retracement as I predicted, but I gave you guys a good range to enter, around 1575. If you got in, congratulations. If not, then I think that was the opportunity. I think right now we are on the verge of a breakout, especially after CME futures. The volume is looking very nice, but I don't like to look at the Ethereum US dollar chart volume as much as looking at Ethereum to Bitcoin volume, because I want to see who's willing to switch their Bitcoin up for Ethereum, because that shows you a lot about market sentiment. And when we come into these micro charts, you can see we are dancing around this monthly open, but overall, I think it's going to hold. When we look at others' dominance, it did breach below the monthly open. This is one of the concerns that I have on the table. I want to throw this puzzle piece out there. Others' dominance did come down to the monthly open, but here's what I noticed about this that takes away my concern. When we look at the Elon Musk pump and dump that happened on the 28th of January, check this out. Most people are not going to tell you this. So since we broke out of the symmetrical triangle, and this is very important on a micro time frame, on the hourly, as soon as we broke out of the symmetrical triangle, we never came to that 200 period moving average on the hourly, only when Elon Musk had that pump and dump, and we skyrocketed with altcoins after that pump and dump. And so I think how this works psychologically, because that's all that matters with markets. By the way, if you want to win my favorite book on trading psychology, all you need to do is comment below and share this video, and I will pick a winner in tomorrow's video for this video and yesterday's video. So make sure to comment below and you can win this book. Just wanted to throw that out there. So understand the trading psychology. I think when Elon Musk initially put the Bitcoin in his bio, of course, we saw massive dominance shift to Bitcoin because all of the new people came into the market, but then those new people went into DeFi, they went into some of the altcoins, Dogecoin, and so we saw a massive pump. And look, the same thing happened here. The only time we come down to breach this 200 period average on the hourly is during those Elon Musk pumps. And so I'm not going to take this as bearish technically, because fundamentals are just as important as technicals. And so I think that this could certainly recover here. And I have a target for others dominance that I'll show you guys. This is probably where I will start taking allocations from my altcoin portfolio and moving it back into Bitcoin. Excuse me, please stop vacuuming. I'm sorry, the maid is still vacuuming. I'm gonna have to tell her not to next time while I'm making a video in my office. So here's my target for others dominance. So I'm expecting us, and I wasn't trying to be rude, I'm just trying to get this video done, and I've already told them before in the past not to do any cleaning in the morning, so I'll have to deal with that later. No big deal, they'll still get a nice tip. So understand with this, I am targeting this massive resistance area. I think we have all of this room to go for altcoins, and we look at percentage wise, we're looking at over 30 to 40% more upside for some of these altcoins, specifically altcoin dominance. I think once we reach this massive resistance that dates back to 2017, we should be a little bit more cautious about our positions with altcoins. You can see we found resistance here 3 times, and that was the end of altcoin cycle. So I think we have a lot of room to go before we could see a pullback with altcoins. So I'm very bullish on altcoins, surprisingly, after Elon Musk not tweeting about altcoins, but tweeting about, or in Tesla investing in Bitcoin. I'm still very bullish on altcoins. And I'll tell you exactly why. I mean, part of that is what happened to Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. But let's quickly scroll through and talk about Bitcoin dominance just to cover that. And then we have a lot today. I hope you guys are sticking with me. So with Bitcoin dominance, you can see, yes, we got rejected here, monthly open. Got rejected here from the 200-day moving average. I think that that's good. I would only have concerns if we start closing hourly candles above the monthly and the 200 period moving average here for Bitcoin dominance. So I think this is just a lot of new people coming into the market going straight to Bitcoins. We're seeing this run up, but I still have a target here for Bitcoin dominance. It's a downside target here, which is going to be that 200 week moving average. And I'll tell you exactly why I love this 200-week moving average so much. You can see Bitcoin dominance loves to stick through there, like I talked about in our video yesterday. Found support here, has respected this line many times, resistance here. And so I think that's the target, which makes me assume that it's very, very lucrative right now to be in the Ethereum to Bitcoin trade. Now, check this out. I'm not even going to wait until the end of this video. Actually, I will. But let's just quickly talk about traditional markets. So gold is actually starting to lose a lot of value now compared to Bitcoin. Just want to bring this up. This is very important in my opinion. What you'll notice here is gold is forming lower lows now, continuing the descent. I wanted to make sure I brought this up because gold is seeing weakness here. This was the previous bottom of gold to Bitcoin's value in 2017. That's broken down, coming down even further. So just wanted to bring that up. But precious metals to the US dollar value, I wouldn't be too worried. It looks like gold is trying to come up and break out here. It found support here at the 50-week moving average. It is a very bullish flag with a lot of lower highs. And so I think that that will certainly break out, especially based on what's happening to platinum as we're creating new yearly highs specifically today, which is why I wanted to make sure I covered this. And then silver also looks bullish above the monthly open. So I think metals are going to be fine. US oil commodity doing very well. That gives me confidence in Bitcoin as well. That could strengthen the dollar. So we do have to look at the dollar. That is very important. I will bring that here to our chart. And then the S&P 500 forming a new high today. Very positive. This is all going to influence Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I wanted to bring this up. Japan's traditional market forming a new yearly high, very positive in the traditional markets. And then we'll wrap up with the DXY, and I'll talk about what I'm excited to talk about. So with the DXY here, you can see so far we've been rejected. If we pull up this 200-day moving average, that would be the target if we break from the 100-day moving average. That to me would be the bearish case for assets, crypto, real estate, precious metals, stocks. But if we get rejected, which so far we are getting rejected, especially if we start closing hourly candles below 91.015, that to me confirms continued weakness in the dollar and will make me assume that we will see continued assets rise in valuations. And so I think that's going to be a good thing to watch. Now, here's what I'm extremely excited about. So I was making my video yesterday and I pulled up this Poloniex chart for Ethereum. And we've been watching this chart for quite some time. And it's the most bullish chart I've ever seen in the history of crypto. So this is an Ethereum to Bitcoin chart dating back to 2017. This is something Adonis in our Discord brought up about 2 months ago. But what I noticed yesterday is, check this out. We've got the 200-week moving average on this chart, which you can't see this on most charts because there's just not enough price history. Look, this chart, you don't see the 200-week moving average. So this is something I think institutions are watching. And guess what? We are testing it right now in a very bullish cycle for Bitcoin, which is positive. Number two, DeFi is booming right now. We're seeing over 35 billion locked in DeFi right now. And then on top of that, we've already knocked on the door once, twice, a third time. We're coming for a fourth time. At some point, the door opens. This could be the parabolic breakout we've been waiting for Ethereum, especially as futures have launched. It almost looks as if Ethereum's price has been suppressed by institutions, in my opinion. And I think, and I had a conversation with Ian Bellina, if you guys know who that is, the founder of Token Metrics, when I was in Dubai last month. And he even talked about institutions that missed out on Bitcoin going into Ethereum. I think that's what's happening here. They know we've broken out here. They know Ethereum has a major role in this market. And now we've got this 200-week moving average here, which is so positive in my opinion, because if this breaks, look what happened to Dogecoin, which Dogecoin is a meme, but it has a lot of price history. So I like to look at it. It has a 200-week moving average. Look what happened when that broke. Massive gains. So some people are like, Naeem, do you really think we'll see 300% gains for Ethereum? Well, this Dogecoin did 409%, so I don't see why an asset that has over $35 billion locked up and is seeing billions of dollars every single day with the foundations of the decentralized web built upon its platform with an asset that makes miners millions of dollars because of people that mine Ethereum, and clients and customers pay millions in gas fees. I don't see why an asset like that wouldn't moon, right? Especially in today's markets with the dollar and how much is being printed. Our target here, 300%, and that's still valid. And this gives me 10 times more confidence seeing that we are testing that 200-week moving average right now as we speak, which to me says if Bitcoin continues to consolidate and we've only formed a higher high and Ethereum is able to start closing these hourly candles above this monthly open, and we start to see the volume come in and we start closing above the weekly open, and we continue to form higher highs, at some point the resistance is here and it's going to break, and this is a macro resistance level. That's what institutions watch. I have a feeling that's why institutions waited till now for futures, because the ones that missed out are going to want to get in now. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Sorry for it being a little bit long. I thank each and every one of you guys for staying true to our channel. If you appreciate this content, remember to like the video. If you want to win the book, just comment and share this video, and I'll see each and every one of you guys in our Discord. What a momentous day today, learning that one of the most forward-thinking companies in the world believes in Bitcoin as much as we do, and they've invested over $1 billion in it, and that's just the start. I expect Elon to put a lot more into it, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens here for 2021, especially with some of these altcoins. With that being said, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Snipers out.